I signed a pledge to support the Republican nominee, and I will honor that pledge. He has my endorsement because we can't go back to the old Republican guard of yesteryear, a repackaged form of warmed over corporatism that Nikki Haley represents. The days of putting Americans last, of kowtowing to large corporations, of caving to woke ideology are over.
Well put together little speech, barely stumbled at all. And I would say that the makeup look very natural. No notes on that. That totally looks like a natural amount of foundation that he slathered under his eyeballs. But anyway, let's cut him some slack. He's been crying for several days. So I understand that. But anyway, Ron DeSantis has dropped out. He dropped out right before the New Hampshire primary. And that is gonna be consequential because apparently more of his supporters are likely to go to Trump as their second choice than to Nikki Haley, which seems weird. They're both like an alternative to Trump, but that's what it is. So does that mean that Nikki Haley's now doomed in New Hampshire, or can New Hampshire still represent a turning point in this race? It has done that in the past where a candidate in the Republican primary will win Iowa, and then a different one will win New Hampshire and go on to win the whole thing. Here's actually a summary from Axios of where that has happened. It actually happens quite a bit. I mean, literally, that is what Donald Trump did back in 2016. So could that be the case here, or is this, I guess, the final, like stone that she won't be able to bear the weight of? What do you think?
I don't see her going past, obviously, South Carolina. She's got to stay in for, but much beyond that, I don't see it. I think I'm stuck on Ron DeSantis calling her a warmed over corporatist. I understand that she has, ideas like we shouldn't completely ban abortion. No, not that we shouldn't, but I couldn't get it passed because of the makeup of Congress, which is not saying you wouldn't want to. But it's incredible to me that people like DeSantis, people like Trump, still convince their voter base that they're not corporatists, that they don't believe in kowtowing to the free hand of the market and whatever. It's like, are you kidding me? You guys are the ones, your Supreme Court is enacting all kinds of things in favor of corporations, whether it's union busting, whether it's keeping loopholes open and whatnot, making it easier to deregulate when it comes to the environment or in the EPA's ability to regulate. All that kind of stuff is pro-corporate, to say nothing of the tax breaks that Donald Trump and every single Republican oversaw during his time. Like, what is so important for us is they hate corporations because corporations have like a diversity program that they were forced to have after 30 years of only having white people in power. Like, that's what they're mad at. But in terms of the money, they love corporations and are nothing but a party that has been designed to funnel money from working people upward. That's it. That's 100%. All they do.
It's so ridiculous because it's like I get the image of like the iceberg, where like below the surface you have two different icebergs. You have the warmed over corporatism, then you have the populists, and below the water it's exactly the same policies. It's deregulation, it's massive tax cuts, but above the surface, the populist side distracts from that with really aggressive, toxic, anti-immigrant, anti-LGBTQ, anti-abortion rhetoric. And then on the other iceberg, she mostly also does that. I don't know what the difference is supposed to be. She does it a little bit less, and they will do a little bit more of what counts as being anti-elite, anti-corporate, which is like, Disney shouldn't have had that gay kiss.
Yep.
Or this corporation shouldn't hire one diversity officer. Oh, that's a big threat to corporate control of our politics. It is such obvious, transparent distractions. It is, what can we criticize about corporations that poses no threat whatsoever to the stranglehold that they have on our politics?
Yes.
While getting into office to give them everything they want economically. But then we'll criticize Nikki Haley because she would do those exact same things, but she maybe is 5% better on abortion. There is so little
and she's
choice.
A woman and a person of color, even though she continually wants you to not think about that.
100%. It is just like, if you are a conservative, you're watching this, like I feel on some level, I feel bad for you the way you are being deceived by your politicians and by your media. None of what they're saying is true about being anti-corporate. Trump is literally a billionaire, you fools. How do you not understand this? And you're hearing your anti-elite, anti-corporate message from multi-millionaires. All these suits, and it doesn't matter if it's Tucker Carlson or if it's Ben Shapiro, they are all incredibly wealthy people being paid by those with the most in our economy to maintain the status quo. And some of them distract you in ways that are more fun and more toxic and more memey than others, but it's to get into office to accomplish the exact same policy goals. And most of those goals are not doing anything, just maintaining the elevated position that these economic elites and corporations have over our society. Maintaining the status quo is not as cool and revolutionary as they make it you think it is, just because occasionally they talk about microwaving your balls, okay? They want you to microwave your balls so that they can have massive tax cuts, okay? And I don't know, maybe
and
it
then
feels
not
good
give
briefly.
you affordable health care, raise the price of health care.
Exactly, and you're gonna need the health care because of your microwave balls.
Yeah.
Anyway, by the way, the polling does not look great for Nikki Haley as of the most recent polling. This is a Monmouth poll. She is gained, okay, but she's still down by like 18 points to Donald Trump. But you know what? We're gonna be doing live coverage tomorrow, so you can definitely tune in. Anna Kasparian, myself, Francesca is gonna be there as well. Jordan Ewell, Wosny Lambre, Rivana, and Michael Shore. That's tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific time. We'll be doing live reactions and analysis to everything that happens and all of what it means for the GOP primary and the general election from there. So definitely tune in.